The phrase "make a long story short" is a common idiom in English that people use when they want to summarize a lengthy explanation or narrative into its essential point. It is often employed when the speaker realizes that they may be going into too much detail and wishes to avoid losing the listener's attention. In this sense, the phrase serves as both a conversational tool and a polite way to acknowledge that brevity is sometimes more effective than elaboration. At its core, the expression signals a shift from elaboration to conclusion. For instance, if someone has been telling a detailed account of an event but notices their audience drifting, they might say, "To make a long story short, we missed the train and had to wait 3 hours." The phrase reassures the listener that the story is reaching its most important part and that unnecessary details will be set aside. It essentially condenses the narrative to its bottom line. The idiom also carries a certain tone of humility. When speakers use it, they often admit that they might have been dragging out their story, or including details that were not essential. This makes the conversation smoother and prevents it from feeling burdensome. In professional or social situations, using this phrase can be a way of showing respect for other people's time while still delivering the crux of the matter. It reflects self-awareness and consideration. Interestingly, "make a long story short" has roots in literature and rhetoric. Writers throughout history have acknowledged the challenge of balancing detail with clarity, and this expression captures that timeless struggle. It suggests that while stories naturally contain digressions, diversions, and details, audiences often value succinctness, especially when the outcome or conclusion is already foreseeable. Thus, the idiom bridges the gap between storytelling and efficiency. In everyday use, it is not always about reducing a truly long story. Sometimes people use it playfully when the story is not particularly long, but they still want to skip to the main point. This exaggeration gives the phrase a flexible character, allowing it to be used in casual jokes, as well as serious summaries. Its versatility makes it a staple of English communication. In modern communication styles where attention spans are shorter, the phrase has become even more relevant. Whether in meetings, casual conversations, or even written communication like emails, the ability to trim down excessive wording is appreciated. "Make a long story short" is a verbal marker that promises conciseness and often re-engages an audience that might otherwise lose interest. In conclusion, the phrase "make a long story short" is more than just a filler. It is a practical idiom that highlights the importance of brevity and focus in communication. It functions as a tool of courtesy, a marker of transition, and a cultural nod to the value of time and clarity. By using it, speakers can keep their listeners attentive, distill their message to its most essential form, and demonstrate an awareness of the delicate balance between detail and succinctness.